Tom is just 4 years old. He's a normal kid until one day he gets a fever. Then a rash, swollen hands, a strawberry tongue, days in hospital, endless doctors and tests. The diagnosis? Kawasaki disease. Kawasaki disease is a rare inflammatory condition that primarily affects the coronary arteries. It's caused in part by shortage of an anti-inflammatory protein called IL-37, a naturally unstable protein that dampens inflammation by being released at the right time. Here, this balance is lost. Kawasaki disease is a leading cause of acquired heart disease in children under 5. That's 6,000 kids a year in the US alone. The standard treatment is intravenous immunoglobulin. They are antibodies from healthy donors that help boost the patient's immune system, but they fail in 20% of cases. At Therachine, we have an engineered protein that works as a stable version of IL-37. We believe by normalizing the levels of this protein in patients like Tom, we can effectively treat these children and prevent a lifetime of heart disease. So we are here to raise £2.5 million to complete preclinical testing and prepare for clinical trials, because children like Tom deserve a resilient heart and a future full of promise. Thank you.
So IL-37's anti-inflammatory effects have been known for quite a while. So I'm interested to know why no one else has looked at IL-37 in Kawasaki, which, as you said, is a rare disease. So the other question is a rare disease, preclinical models are extremely limited for various and obvious reasons. How confident are you that you can identify a preclinical model that will translate sufficiently for you to have a reason to believe to move into the clinic? So one's about the translational model, and the other is, why has nobody else been looking at IL-37?
There is a group from Roche and a collaboration between Roche and Monash University that is looking at IL-37, but their version is more of a, I believe, is a fusion protein, but ours is IL-37 combined with serum albumin to enhance the stability and targeting. And your other question was, sorry, could you repeat that?
Translatability of preclinical models, particularly in rare diseases. There are very few in the rare disease world.
At the moment, there is an in vivo model for Kawasaki disease. Whether that will translate into human trials is still a bit uncertain, and it will be the riskiest and most difficult part of the regulatory process.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your team and if you have identified any gaps that you think you need to fill in the short and medium terms to deliver against your next set of milestones?
Our team is comprised of seasoned protein engineers. At the moment, we are currently filing for a patent, so we will need to onboard a patent attorney, regulatory consultation. We're planning to do preclinical trials in the UK, but looking to set up a subsidiary in the US to continue clinical trials in the US as our first market. So we will need a translational team to facilitate the cross-border communications.
So just adding one more. So it's really, clinical trials are expensive, especially in the US. Why that decision to move to the US now?
At the time of doing our market analysis, we chose the FDA as the primary market, because once we have FDA approval, it's easier for adoption in other countries as well.
I really do like the rare disease space, but can you tell me, what's the prevalence, or do you have an idea of the number of patients there? And have you been able to, it's early, I get it, have you been able to project the kind of revenue or price point that you might consider for this rare disease? Because it's going to be less than 100,000, patients.
So at the moment, the prevalence of Kawasaki disease in the US is 6,000 children. 20% of those fail at the first line of treatment. In terms of revenue projections, we won't know for sure until we have completed clinical trials. But our pricing will take into consideration the value that we add by preventing children a lifetime of future heart disease. Thank you.